So here we are again, folks. Some of you may recognise this as Kalula Way. Last time we were here, all of that ahead of us was underwater. I can already see they've put some fill in, so we'll see what that's like. What I stopped to do this for was, he said, hoping I can get a good shot. So this is the new tyre. Let's see if I can get focus. Oh, there we go. So I've gone for a chunkier tyre, and if I clean some of this out, I'll give you a bit of a, if I can find it again. No, it's not going to show it, I'm in the shade. Life goes on. So what it is, it's chunkier tyre, but it's not a deep tread. Main reason I went for the chunkier, just to give me a bit more grip and a bit more flexibility. This should give me more in the mud and the loose. And with the smaller profile tread, it should be safe enough that I won't rip the lugs off. Years ago I did have really chunky tyres on my unpowered mountain bike, and with my little old legs I managed to shear lugs off to the point where I stopped in the bush one day to check my tyre pressure, and I noticed the tube was poking out a hole where one of the lugs had been ripped clean off. So that was a very slow and careful ride home, shall we say. And I got rid of those tyres, and I've never had the big chunky ones again. Of course, if you put a big chunky tyre on an e-bike, there's a good chance you just shear them off. And another thing to pay attention to, and I'll show you this. I'll also do a quick run through. So that's this front tyre. So that's just all close knit, so that you've still got some grip, but you've also got a fairly smooth surface there, which will aid with your low resistance when you're riding. Because if you remember, the original tyres that come on this are a Maxxis, and I was horrified to see them when I first got the bike, because they had less tread brand new than any tyre I'd thrown out, because I considered it was worn out. Admittedly, I do ride in the bush a lot, so if I did all urban, yes, no worries. Even the last tyre I showed you that I was going to replace with just over 1 millimetre of depth, if I just rode urban I could run that right down and do so safely. But I go bush anything up to 50-60 kilometres away from home, and I need everything to be reliable, so I really can't push the issue in regard to tyres. So I'm going to do this. This is about an 85-90 kilometre loop, all sorts of surfaces, and now that they're doing roadworks here, I may have a few new ones thrown into the mix, and I'll see how this tyre goes. Catcha. So this is just after I recorded the last clip. I'm just getting a feel for this. Considering they've put it here, they haven't smoothed it off, they've just thrown it down and then rolled it. Okay, I've already popped up to tour so that I can slap a bit of speed on. Well, more signs. I think I can hear equipment ahead. It's very faint. I think I just caught a glimpse of some equipment. Oh, God love the bird life. Prepare to stop. Okay. Okay, remember last time we came up to here and it was all had washaways and grooves all over the place. So
So a lot of this blue stone, some of it is fist size, very little of it has rounded edges. So that's a good test, which is another reason why every so often I have to really go over the tyres looking for cuts and abrasions. Anyway, I'll get back to you when I'm further up the track. Well, that didn't last long. I'm all of 30 seconds further up. We've had a truck go past us, and now we'll see if we can safely get through this area. Rightio, we're going through it. Oh, through the mud. Whoa. And thank you. Oh, let's see how deep this hole is going to get. Oh, that's deep. Oh, mud everywhere. Oh, look at this. Rightio, we're jumping up to Sport. Ooh. Now this is a good test for the tyre. Oh. Testing a new tyre, it works well in the mud.
Oh, I drove on it, I don't have that.
Yeah. Oh. I do tend to land myself in the strangest of places. Oh. And my right foot has got so much mud and crap over it. Oh. And yeah, so I kept the motor out of the mud anyway, or out of the water, so that's okay. Everything else can live with it. Okay, back down to Tour. Oh. Gee, no shortage of signs. My goodness. Oh. End road work. Whoa. There's a lot of stuff up here that needs attention. That was one thing that just popped up into my mind. I forgot to mention earlier. The front tyre, when you put on a different tyre, always check the pressure range. So my front tyre is rated 30 to 50 psi. My rear tyre, the new one, is now rated 36 to 58. And I have no idea what I've got it pumped up to, but I do know I've got it ultra firm. Oh, anyway, I shall get back to you. So we've done 38 kilometres, pretty much all possible surfaces except for snow and ice. I've just bumped the power up to sport. What I'm assuming, which can be a dangerous thing, but what I am assuming is with this particular tyre I have less need for momentum, which means I should be able to finesse the bike or even use more technical style of riding where you know your tyre is going to grip onto the rocks. Although this isn't overly steep. I don't want to gild the lily on this. Now we're getting steeper, and we're down to gear 2, and I'll just go slowly, just letting the tyre do its thing. Again, that was just the front tyre rubbing my thumb, so I've got my foot out a bit forward. Little hint of a spin there, but that was just on a bounce. Easily done. Dropping back down to tour. Whew. So we'll swing around this way. This can be an adventure on its own. Having the speckled shadow doesn't help, and I've got the sun catching my right eye again doesn't help. Breeze to the left, only a small cluster of hives. plenty of tree roots. Oh, drifted a bit wide. I just didn't like the edge of the wheel rut. Over 30 kilometres an hour, although we are downhill. And I'm watching like crazy for tree roots, because it was along this track that I clipped one on this bike and fell off. Would have been doing a good 20 kilometres plus per hour when the bike and I separated. So power's cutting in and out, so we're 27, 28 kilometres per hour. Oop, didn't see that. Okay, we'll stay up this side. And we'll, whoa, front wheel just dug in a little bit there, you may have noticed. So we came through it at about 24, 25, so it's good. Anyway, you get the picture. Well, literally. Gotcha. We've actually just started fires down in the national park to the right of me. There's a fuel load burn. Oh, we'll go this side, seems firmer, although it's still soft. We're on tour. Yeah, no worries, even though it's soft and loose. So it's soft and loose, but it's not deep. So some patches are, but most of it's shallow enough you easily get through to the firmness underneath. So another vehicle over to the right, people doing their job. So we're on loose-ish sand, a bit dry. We're holding 25 k's an hour, 6th gear, and on tour, so that handled it quite nicely. There's a quite a nice firm feel to the rear wheel. May have to go to shallow breathing though if this smoke hits there. I think we're near the end of the burn off. Yay, clean air. Anyway, that gives you an idea through the sand and a bit of fun. Catch you. So we have a logging operation here. Equipment ahead is moving, so what we will do is, oh, I can see an open patch of the grass. So we're going to drop over to the National Park track so we can skirt around at a safe distance. It certainly got stuck into this area though. The other day I came through and they had 4 logging machines there. And as you can tell, the bush to the right has been burnt off and is still smouldering in places. Usually the tree roots where the fire goes underground. looking a bit mushy. I'll take my chances here. I hope we don't sink in too far. Just a bit squishy, nothing too much. A little bit softer. A bit more up here. Oh, how do I pick this? Right, let's go to the left. And then drop down to here. Okay. Oh, I think I'm in the wrong gear. Oh, I'm in third. That's all right. But we'll go to number 1 now. What's this? Oh. Oh, that was a workout. Bit of mental agility going on there, trying to work out where to put the bike. So we're back to eco. Not for long, more hill. Back up to active. Not even a hint of wheel spin. Oh. I want to go that way, so let's see if there's a little bit of area. Okay, let's go for it. Again, you look for snakes, and what you're doing is you're looking for, you would have heard that, there's a good chance that was a cut off tree presenting itself with the roots holding it in place. Over that, and I know we've got more logging down through here, so I may have to take a few detours. Catch ya!